Page 11, Joseph and Romane, a poem for Mom. That morning, as the sun gently gilded the shutters, Dad announced a very special mission to Joseph and Romane. Sunday is Mother's Day. What if you wrote a poem for Mom? A poem? Like the ones we learn at school? Joseph asked, frowning. Yes, but this time, you're going to make it up, Dad explained with a smile. A poem is like a song without music. The words have to rhyme and express what you feel. Romane clapped her hands, excited by the idea. I mean, Mum is the nicest person in the world. That's a good start, Dad agreed. But we'll have to find rhymes and pretty words. The children sat down at the living room table, a blank sheet of paper in front of them. Joseph picked up a pencil and thought. We could start with, Mom, you're as soft as. Like what? Romane thought, swinging her legs under the chair. Like a chocolate cake, she suggested. Yes, but that doesn't rhyme, Joseph replied. And besides, she's as soft as something else. Like a warm hug. Romane said, proud of herself. Yes. Mom, you're as soft as a warm hug, Joseph repeated as he wrote it. Now we need another sentence. They looked at each other, searching for inspiration. Dad suggested they go for a walk outside, in the garden. Look around you, nature is full of poetry. In the garden, the birdsong, the wind in the leaves, and the scent of the flowers gave them ideas. You make our days shine, like the sun when it wakes up, said Joseph, gazing at the sky. And you chase away all sorrows, like the wind plays with the leaves, added Romane. It's magnificent, exclaimed Dad. Keep it up. Motivated, they went back inside and continued their work. After several attempts and a few laughs over some funny rhymes, their poem was finally ready. But they still wanted to go further. Then Joseph had an idea. What if we also made a surprise by decorating the house? Yes. We could make a garland with hearts and flowers, enthused Romane. With Dad's help, they cut out colored paper and made a beautiful banner on which they wrote in large letters, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. They also hung their drawings on the walls and arranged flower petals on the breakfast table. Now that's perfect, said Romane, admiring their work. On Sunday morning, Mom woke up to the smell of breakfast that Dad had carefully prepared. When she arrived in the kitchen, Joseph and Romane greeted her with a big smile and a drawing they had made for her. Happy birthday, Mom, they said in unison. Oh, thank you, my loves, she replied, hugging them. Wait, that's not all, said Joseph, taking their paper. They stood in front of her and began to recite their poem, putting all their emotion into the words. Mom listened to them, moved, her eyes shining with pride. Mom, you are as sweet as a warm hug. You make our days shine, like the sun when it wakes up. You chase away all sorrows, like the wind plays with the leaves. And in your dazzling smile, we find our most beautiful sunshine. At the end, Mom kissed them tenderly. It's the most beautiful gift I could receive. Thank you, my darlings. Dad winked at them. You have succeeded in your mission. Joseph and Romane were proud of themselves. They had learned that words could be a precious gift, and that a poem written from the heart was worth all the treasures in the world. That afternoon, they decided to write another poem, this time for their grandmother, to continue this beautiful tradition. They understood then that poetry could be a wonderful way to express their love and make special moments even more magical.